I traveled alone. It was a strange hotel room, and I woke up earlier than usual. To get breakfast, I went down to the hotel restaurant. The scent of warm bread and coffee filled the air. With a silver tray in hand, I was choosing my food when my hand and someone else's stopped at the same croissant. "Ah, you go ahead. I'm more of a coffee person than a bread one." "No, it's the last one. How about we share it?" Meeting someone this kind in the morning, I must be lucky today. We found seats by the window. Soft sunlight spilled in. First, we ate in silence, but naturally a conversation began. "I'm traveling alone," I said. "I quit my job recently and I'm taking a break." "I'm on my first overseas trip with my daughter," he said. "She's sleeping in, so I came down alone. I enjoy these quiet morning moments." "Oh, so that's why you were reading Traveling the World with Your Child earlier," I smiled. We laughed and sipped our coffee. That morning, we left without even asking for each other's names. But that short exchange lingered in my mind. A few days later, I visited a small, quiet seaside town. The sound of waves and the light breeze made everything feel slow and peaceful. I sat on a bench at a scenic overlook, camera in hand, gazing out at the ocean. Then I heard a familiar voice. "Wait, weren't you the one I shared a croissant with at breakfast?" It was him, standing there with the same gentle smile. "Small world," I said with a laugh. We sat side by side on the bench. It felt more comfortable than before. "How's your daughter?" I asked. "She's nearby, checking out an ice cream shop. I just wanted a quiet walk alone." "You're a good dad." He smiled briefly, then asked, "Still on your break from work?" "Yeah, actually. I think I want to rest a little longer. I'm trying to figure out my life again." There was a moment of silence. Then I said softly, "That morning talk stayed with me. Being able to talk to a kind stranger in a foreign city, that meant more than I expected." He nodded. "Me too. And I'm honestly glad we met again." We didn't say much after that. We simply sat together, watching the sea. Somehow, it felt like a connection that would stay warm in my memory. As the sun began to set, the breeze turned cool. I said quietly, "Would you like to take a walk?" He nodded. We walked along the beach, the sound of pebbles underfoot. "I've had a lot of time alone on this trip," I said. At first, I was okay. But then, I started to feel lonely. I missed having someone just quietly by my side. He listened quietly before replying, "Me too, even though I'm traveling with my daughter." At night, I start thinking too much. Am I doing the right thing? Is this time really good for us? We walked in silence again. But in that silence, something between us gently grew. When we passed a small cafe, he asked, "Would you like another coffee?" I smiled. This time it's my treat. We locked eyes for a moment. We had a drink together and parted ways once more. Months passed and winter had come. I went to a department store to buy a new coat. The area around the escalator and ice cream shop was bustling. And there he was standing with his daughter picking out a cake. "How about this strawberry one?" "Yes, let's get that one." They walked toward the counter. Then he spotted me. "Wait, excuse me," he called out. "This feels like a scene from a movie," I said, smiling. His daughter tugged on his sleeve and whispered, "Dad, who is that?" "She's a lovely traveler I once shared a croissant with," he replied. I approached and said gently to the girl, "Hi, weren't you the one who loved the ice cream shop?" Her eyes lit up. "Oh, I remember you." The three of us found a quiet cafe nearby. So much had changed in our lives over the months. But in that moment, it felt like we were back in that peaceful seaside town. He asked, "Next time, how about we travel together?" I laughed in surprise. "Don't tell me we're going to accidentally meet at the airport again?" He smiled. "No, this time. Let's plan it." I hesitated for a second, but we exchanged contact information. And from that day on, the three of us, he, his daughter, and I, often met for meals and coffee. After a few months of rest, I decided to apply for jobs again. I went to a few interviews. The first one didn't feel right. The second one, I really wanted that job. I was nervous. And then I saw him, sitting among the interviewers. I was so flustered I couldn't even remember what I said. I regretted never asking what his job was. I was sure I failed. Embarrassed, I couldn't bring myself to contact him. And he didn't contact me either. He must have been surprised too. A week passed. An email arrived with the interview results. I was afraid to open it, but I took a breath and clicked. It read, "You are a capable person, but I don't want to work with you at this company. I want to live a happy life with you. You are a lovely person. Would you like to work with me? Would you like to love with me?" I replied immediately. And now I'm heading to the airport for our next journey together.